Have you ever tried to think your way out of overthinking? You replay the conversation, go back over what was said, wondering what they meant, imagine what you could have answered, and then you tell yourself to stop because surely this can't still be going round in your head. A journal might come out, a sensible conversation with yourself might happen. You might even try to think more positively. And still the loop gets louder and louder. At a certain point, it'll feel as if your mind has become the problem. But what if your mind is actually trying to help? What if overthinking isn't always a thinking problem, but a sign that there's an emotion in your body that hasn't been felt yet? I wrote recently about the link between emotional pain and mental noise and how the mind can become very busy when the body is holding something that hasn't fully moved through it. I've had messages from people saying they had never heard it explained that way before, which makes sense because most of us were taught to treat our thoughts as though they were the thing in control. We're told to manage them, replace them, reframe them, rise above them, or choose a better feeling thought. There can be value in all of this, especially when your mind genuinely needs a clearer way to think. But in my own life and through years of working with energy and clients, I've found there's often another layer beneath that mental loop. The thought isn't always creating the whole spiral. It may be responding to something deeper. Imagine an emotion as a wave going through your body. It rises, it peaks, it completes. The body knows how to do this. But many of us were never really taught to let our emotions finish their movement. We learn to hold ourselves together, carry on, be positive, stay productive, keep the peace, or make sense of things quickly so we could just move on. When an emotion doesn't get room to complete, it can stay in the body as stuck energy. It may not be a huge old story. It might just simply be a hurt, a disappointment, fear, or a small truth that didn't get acknowledged at the time. The mind feels the discomfort and starts searching for an explanation. It goes back to the conversation or the message or the decision or the awkward moment, the thing you said, the thing they didn't say, the thing that might have happened next. And from the mind's point of view, it's doing its best. It's noticed that something feels unresolved and it's trying to find the missing piece. It may be just triggered by something new that's just happened, but it is just an old pattern re-emerging. A client once came to me with a really clear understanding of her patterns. She could explain where they came from, why she reacted in certain ways, how they played out through different parts of her life. Her self-awareness was really strong. The difficulty was the loop kept returning when her mind got full. The insight was there, but the feeling hadn't finished moving. This can happen when we keep thinking about the feeling instead of allowing our body to feel it. There's a huge difference between understanding an emotion and just letting it complete. This is where a lot of advice comes in too late. Reframe it, think positive, stop spiraling. It's helpful, but when the body is asking to be heard, logic may not be the way to go. Energy responds to presence, attention, permission. The body relaxes when it feels included rather than managed. So when your loop starts, try this. Take a breath and ask, what am I feeling underneath all this thinking? Keep it simple. You don't need a perfect spiritual insight or a full explanation. One word is enough. Hurt, tired, scared, disappointed. Our mind often becomes louder when the feeling hasn't been named that's living underneath it. Once you name it and see it, even really simply, something in your system begins to recognize, yeah, that's what it is. And the next step is to let the feeling be present and just feel it just for a moment. Place your hand on your heart if that helps. Breathe. Give your body a moment to know that it's safe and feel what it's already feeling. You don't have to trace it back or turn it into a project or think about what it means about your whole life. Just let the feeling be there for a moment. Might like to say to yourself, this is fear, this is hurt, and just pause and breathe with it for a moment. That kind of presence can be really unfamiliar because we've learned so much to move away from discomfort as quickly as possible. We analyze it and distract ourselves to it, telling ourselves we're being silly, but our body is just asking for a little bit of space. This is a really different way to think about overthinking. So rather than fighting your mind, follow it down to the feeling it is trying to connect you to. Rather than trying to force yourself to have a better thought, you come back to a better relationship with yourself. Real alignment often begins here. You're no longer trying to override what's real. You're allowing yourself to be with what's present without making it proof that there's anything wrong with you. That's receiving. Receiving is the piece many of us were never taught. We're taught to try harder, understand more, explain better. But receiving asks something different of you. It asks you to let your body and your energy have support before your mind has solved the whole thing. This is one of the reasons I created Awaken Your Light. I kept seeing people who understand their patterns beautifully, but the energy still felt stuck in the same place. They'd read the books, listened to podcasts, done the reflecting, and had the conversation. And still the loop would come back at 2 o'clock in the morning when everything feels enormous and slightly ridiculous. More information is not always the next best step. Your body and energy may need a way to receive. Awaken Your Light is a 21-day energy reset. Each day you open a short video and receive light language with crystalline soul healing. Nothing to study or work out. You take a few minutes to sit back, listen, let the energy support you in the way your body, energy, and soul are ready to receive. There are focused affirmations which give your mind something to hang on to too. You can choose the reset that feels most aligned with where you are now. Abundance, healing, or empowerment. Each one gives you a simple daily rhythm for reconnecting beyond the thinking mind, so your energy can begin to move in a way that doesn't rely on analyzing everything. The link is below if that feels like a next right place for you. And before you go, try this the next time overthinking begins. Take one breath and ask, what am I feeling underneath all this thinking? Let the answer be simple and real, just as it is. No judgment. Give the feeling a little space in your body. Let your mind know it's done its job by bringing its attention to what needed it. Your mind is not failing you. Emotions are not problems to be solved. They're invitations to come back to a more honest relationship with yourself. So enjoy the process and always remember to live life lightly.